What should I absolutely not do when visiting the USA? People on Quora are sharing their experiences. Do not argue about any possibly absurd regulations with locals. Here's Tom Kane's comment. Only recently we went to Laramie, Wyoming and entered a steakhouse to have a dinner. All full-blooded Europeans. We like to have cocktails before dinner. So we sat down at the bar and ordered 2 margaritas and an orange juice. The waiter refused to take the order because our then 9-year-old daughter was sitting on the bar stool right next to us. The waiter explained that a minor wasn't allowed to sit at the bar because they served alcohol. I then made the mistake to mention that the orange juice was actually for my daughter, so there was no problem whatsoever. The waiter's attitude became more tense, and he made it very clear that we shouldn't try European logic in this kind of place. We then noticed an older couple of locals at the bar staring at us in the obvious disdain, as if we were bad parents. What bothered us even more was that the man was carrying a gun. Just like that. It definitely scared us more than a margarita. So we sat down in a booth, 4 feet away from the bar, and everything was perfect again. The gunman stopped staring at us, and everyone else proceeded with refusing to think about what was so wrong with the picture. To which Gary Watts replied, Las Vegas, no coffee in hotel room. So I carried my 2-year-old son downstairs, stood at the bar and ordered coffee. Then having a dinner in Utah, ordered beer because they don't serve whiskey except at the special clubs. Ordered another beer, but I was refused because I still had a tiny sip left in my glass. Both encounters were polite. What I don't understand, if you know someone is not from around here, you don't need to point it out. An apology and a polite explanation is all that needed.
Okay, you wanker.
Meanwhile, Connor Josh went to Tennessee to visit with his relatives. His dad had told him in advance that the state had really odd liquor laws. And when Connor ordered a drink and was told by the waitress they could not mix it there, but he could get up, walk next door, purchase a small bottle of vodka, come back in and mix all the drinks he wanted. Connor heard that they finally fixed that issue, to which Joseph Bergen replied that down in Mississippi they have a drive-thru liquor place for passengers to drink in the car. Nice. Consider American states to have less legal consistency than European Union countries. Here's another comment from Katie Lamb. The real point is this: America isn't really the land of free. There are so many small and unnecessary rules, and it feels like local and state governments don't trust their own people. I'm always surprised when my American friends abroad have a need to live stream themselves, drinking a beer on the street or at the beach, sometimes even with a police officer nearby, like it's some kind of rebellious act. The truth is, you are not really free. You're being controlled, overprotected, and constantly told what to do by some of the strictest and most bizarre rules in the world. But hey, at least you got a Second Amendment, right? How's that going now, when you are actually facing a government that doesn't listen to you? Vincent Catton said that many times as a minor he sat at the bar with his father or other adults while they had alcohol and Vincent had soda. On a few occasions his friend would go into the soda bar to get Joffrey Jawbreaker candies from the local boxing legend that owned the place. Montana was a lot more relaxed in 60s and 70s. This whole country has been getting progressively uptight since then, Vincent concludes. And what do you think? Let's share in comments. Quite a good point from the Brit Steve Guinness. The problem with Americans is that they treat alcohol like any other drug. It leads to addiction, alcoholism, and is therefore destructive and evil. Us Brits embrace the alcoholism and weave it into our family lives and culture. That said, kids sitting at the bar is quite rare in the UK. It happens, but not often. When you are in a foreign country, you should accept and respect their culture, traditions, social rules, and especially their laws. You don't have to agree with the law to abide by it. That's the whole point. If we all agreed with the laws, they wouldn't need to exist. And the last, but not the least comment goes to a person with a nickname Goddess Germanica. In the state of Connecticut, a woman would not sit within 36 inches from the bar. My husband's mother brought in a yardstick to be kept beholding the bar. Nearly every stupid law like this is psycho-Christian based. You cannot sell alcohol within 200 meters, in some places 300 meters of a church, because the people drunk on Jesus might want to take a drink. In most places, children are not allowed in bars, but some places don't really care. So that was just a few thoughts of people on Quora. Let us know what you think in comments. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'm gonna see you next week. Cheers!